Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn GCP with Mahesh. Today I like to share you with 4 confusing options which you see in GCP Web Console, Google Cloud Platform Web Console. So I just wanted to give you that clarity that if you see these things, I would say definitely there's something wrongly designed. That's what I personally feel. So I wanted to share those things with you. The first option or the first confusing option which I wanted to share with you is when you provision a Windows server 2012 to 2019 server, in the web console, you will see a SSH key text box, which is basically required for a Linux machines, but I don't see why it is required for a Windows machine. Let me show you that in the demo. So I'm in my web console and I have already pre-configured everything. So this is where you see instance-windows server y SSH key. That's the name I have given. So let me try to provision that in Mumbai. And the most important thing is if I keep the boot disk as Linux, then if I go to management, under management there's a security option. When you see the security option, you entering the public SSH key makes more sense because it's a Linux machine. But if I change the boot disk to a Windows operating system, you will see it should go off. That's what I personally expected. So let me choose the latest one, which is 2019 with desktop experience. So let's see what happens. So you see this, it's a shielded virtual machine, Windows Server 2019. If you scroll down, I see still a button. This or a text box for SSH entering the public SSH key, which does not send the right message. So this looks like a possible bug is what I feel, the UI bug. Moving on to the next confusing option which I see is when you create preemptible virtual machines in Web Console, the price it shows is a monthly price. Everybody knows preemptible virtual machines are short-lived virtual machine. The life of those virtual machine is maximum 24 hours. So why can't the UI show a price of 24 hours instead of showing monthly price, which does not make any sense? Let me show you that. So we are in our web console and you see I have given a name here, and let me make a very powerful virtual machine. Anyway, we are not going to provision it. So we can provision a very powerful machine, N1 standard, N1 high mem 96, which is like 96 vCPU, 624 GB of RAM. This is a regular virtual machine. Okay, there's a new bug which I see when I select that, the the pricing goes off. So let me choose a different one, maybe slightly lower. Okay, so N1 standard 32, meaning 32 vCPU, 120 GB of RAM. And if I look into the details of this, it's really an expensive instance. $933 is what I need to pay per month because it's a regular virtual machine. It all makes sense. Now, if I scroll down, go to management tab, and that if I turn on the preemptibility, meaning make this virtual machine a regular virtual machine into a preemptible virtual machine, make it on. If I scroll up, the price definitely reduces, makes more sense. But why it has to be per month is a question, because we know virtual machines, preemptible virtual machines life is maximum 24 hours. The moment you select preemptibility, maybe it should have been divided by 30 is what I personally feel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's move to the next confusing option. The third one is wrong terminology used in service account creation screen. So let me show you what is the wrong terminology used. All right, we are in the virtual service account creation page. So this is what I call. So if you just go to IAM and click on service account, you will reach this page. Now let's try to create a service account. And we have created multiple times a service account in our YouTube channel. So let's try to create one more time. And for the first time, you will see something different there. So let's try to do name wrong terminology. So what is that wrong terminology? You will see that in the next screen. So let me click on create. And when you click on create, right, Even in my various trainings which I take, I try to emphasize this. As a cloud architect or as a data engineer, if you are saying give me this permission in GCP, you are using a wrong terminology, because in GCP you will never give anybody a permission, but rather you'll give a specific role. Roles comprise of groups of permissions. So this one is slightly a wrong terminology is what I personally felt. It should have been service account role. So you see permissions here and you see select roles. Does not go right well. So it should have been service account role is what I personally feel. So if you just give any role, you give roles, you don't give permissions. So that's a wrong terminology. And also if you're in front of a customer and you say I need this permission, the message which you're conveying is totally wrong. They may suspect that are you a data engineer, or you are a true cloud architect. You're not using the right GCP terminology. Always in GCP you can always give roles, and you cannot give anybody permission. So even if it's one single permission, it has to be part of a role. That is the most important thing. Let's move to the last one. The last one is this is, I would see this is like seriously a bug, not even a confusing option. This is seriously a bug. I thought I should file a bug issue there, but let me explain you what is this all about. So you create a service account. So we'll just create one quickly. And when you create a service account and you delete the service account, right, it does not get deleted in the IAM page. The service account would be still shown, which is seriously a bug. Let me show you that. All right, what we'll do is let's create one more service account. So let's call it as buggy SVC service account. All good. Click on create. Let's give one role, simple role. Browser is enough. Project browser, one of the very least privilege. Click on continue and create it. All done. There's no problem with the creation. So if you see buggy, this is the one. And if I go to my screen, IAM screen, you should see if I put a filter type service account, you will see buggy. That's one thing. And people looking at the screen may say, where is that wrong terminology service account? Because you did not add any role to that service account, it's not coming up. So for example, maybe a slightly a deviation, but just wanted to give you that confirmation. Wrong hyphen terminology. If I just give, maybe even for that, let's give browser. If we do that, you should see both the stuffs. This is the one, and wrong. If you scroll down, you should see that. You see that both, right? So far so good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my service account page, and I'm going to delete it, both of them, buggy and wrong terminology service account. It will give you a warning. Let me delete it. And what I expected is, since the account itself does not exist, when I go back to my screen, it should not show. That is what I was expecting. So if you don't still believe that, let me do a open it in a new browser. Just do a hard refresh. Some people may think it could be because of cache or something, but what I figured it out is it's nothing to do with cache or anything. Let me also do a force refresh or a hard refresh. I'm doing it for a couple of times, and we have also waited for more than 30 seconds is what I feel. So let's just see it. I have not paused the video, I've kept it live there. So let's just see that what happens with this. If I just go, if you scroll down or put a filter, what we put like the previous time, and scroll down, you'll see that buggy. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see still your wrong terminology. This is totally seriously a bug is what I see. And this is not only at the UI level, even if you launch your Cloud Shell, that's what I figured it out. So let me just connect this back. What I felt is, even when I run a gcloud command, I'm getting the same this thing. So looks like a bug. Let's wait for the Cloud Shell to launch. All right, this is the command where you can get your IAM policies. So all the IAM policies which you have defined. So gcloud projects get IAM policy, and I'm using an environmental variable which is available only in Cloud Shell, which is called as devshell underscore project ID, which holds a project ID, the current project ID details, and I'm trying to get the output in a JSON format, which will be redirected to a text file, a JSON file. So let's just see what is there in that buggy.json file. So buggy.json, and if I search for buggy, you see that both the service account which is having browser role, you see it's still there. So which is seriously a bug. So those are the 4 confusing options, or you can treat it as bugs in the web console, which I wanted to share. So if you see it, make sure you understand this is something not purposely put. Maybe it looks like there's a bug there. So that's the video which I wanted to share today. Thank you for watching.